So so I come in and we're practicing the songs, and the boy's like, not sure it goes like that. I said, you know what? You just keep playing, I'll keep singing, and when I throw my hand up, we'll stop. How about that? Okay, let's do that. So I love it. I love this group. I love when you know who you are. We are individualized expressions of the one love. Everything is always all right. Everything is always in divine order. There's nothing to worry about, ever. Nothing to worry about. You just know it's all in divine order. So good morning, and thank you for being here. Welcome, welcome, and happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, all the mother figures, whether you have children of your own, whether you have animal children, whether you fur babies, whoever you are taking care of. I want to say thank you so much for all that you do. This is one of my favorite times to talk because I think mothers are so powerful. I actually believe that mothers and the love that mothers give us is God on earth. It's how we begin to know what God's love is like. Because mom's love is unconditional. It's still, huh? Put it around. Oh, I do have a belt. Thank you. I don't normally have a belt. Thank you so much. I don't have to hold this. There we go. Takes a village. And so, the thing is this: is that, when we talk about love, and we talk about romantic love and all kind of love, and I've always believed, and I talk about this, and my writings are about this, about the power of unconditional love. But the one thing I want you to know is that you love how you love. You love how you love. We don't get to tell people how they're supposed to love. All we get to do is decide whether we can accept the way that they love. Not every mother loves the same way. Not every parent loves the same way. I was I was at dinner last night with my grandkids and my kids, and apparently, and so the kids always have stories about our discipline efforts. And so, I didn't know this about my grandbabies, but they were talking about, apparently my daughter-in-law, when she's upset with the kids, she pulls out the whiteboard. And the kid's not like, the whiteboard? He goes, oh my God, the whiteboard. So apparently she puts up the problem, and she goes, this is what happened. Now tell me what we're doing now. What next? What should we be doing? And they just, 3 hours, they're writing stuff on the board. So they never want her to pull out the whiteboard. For me and my kids, it was, my daughter would tell her friends, they'd want her to do something. She'd go, oh, no, I'm not doing that. I can't do that because I don't want to have to go home and tell my parents that I did that because I'd be in so much trouble. And they go, well, what happens? What would happen if you did that? And they go, oh my God, they would talk to me. Hours we'd be talking to them. So they didn't want the talking to, they didn't want the whiteboard out. But all of this is about how we love. And what we were trying to do was to prepare them for being great adults. Just not let them get away with stuff we knew adults weren't going to let them get away with. That's what we do. My mother is the first love that came to my house. Most mothers are the first love that you feel, that you know about. They love you unconditionally. They change your diapers. They change your spit up, and they don't even throw up gagging when you throw up. I gag when somebody else is throwing up, but not when my child is throwing up. It's interesting how that works. And it's our first view of what unconditional love looks like. And that love is always, always with you. No matter how old you get, your mother's still going to be your mother. I was watching this video. It was so cute. The mother was in a wheelchair. The daughter was in a wheelchair. The mother was about 100, seriously. The daughter was maybe 80, 85, something like that, 80 something. And the mom reached into her purse, got a little piece of candy, gave it to her daughter. That's the sweetest thing. That's always going to happen. You're always going to be your mother's baby, no matter how old you get, and that's just the way it is. And I think that love sustains you when you're going through the world and everybody's not loving you the way they did. You can hold to that. And whether it was your natural mother or adopted mother, your mother figure, it doesn't matter. My mom's mother didn't keep her. My mother's mother did not keep her, but she was loved by a number of other people in her life. And she reparented herself through us. So all the love she didn't get, she poured onto us and her grandchildren. That's the way love goes. It never dies. It just keeps growing. That's what a mother's love does. And it's just, Unconditional love extends to all people, all children that you see. And as I said, your mom is the first time that you get to see what that looks like. She's going to love you, even if you're misbehaving and she's trying to correct that behavior because she knows it's not going to serve you. Doesn't mean she doesn't love you. In fact, it means she does love you because she's taking a moment to tell you, that's not going to work, honey. That's not going to serve you. Let's not do that. And mothers love all the children. I can see children out and about. You test this out now. If you're at, and I'll just use Walmart because it's a great store, but if you're at Walmart and a baby goes, Mom, tell me you don't turn around. Oh, okay, not mine. Okay, not mine. We're always looking to see how we can help. I was at a mall in Thailand, and it was a big, huge mall. And I was heading outside, going into the parking lot, which is an indoor parking lot, and I saw this little toddler. And he was walking, but he was doing this. He was walking and looking around. He was walking and looking. You knew he was lost. And no adult was around him. I'm like, what's happening with this child? So, of course, I'm going to get involved. And I went over, picked him up, and I said, where's your mom? And he probably didn't understand what I was saying. Like, where's your mom and dad? He's just looking at me, and I'm like, all right, well, let's go find him. So I just started walking around the mall with this kid. Just started walking around the mall. Just looking, I was looking for the lost and found place or someone that could make an announcement, but I just was walking around, and all of a sudden he goes, ah! And he saw his parents. And then we go, oh my God, and he ran and got the baby. Right? I'm not going to let this child walk around in a garage, lost, thinking that no one cares about him. Like because that's what they're fearful that they've been left. They know they're never going to be left. They don't know that. But somehow the parents got talking and didn't realize the child wasn't with them. But that's what we do. It's not just, it's a mom's instinct, but I think it's an adult instinct too, to care for children. And I think that's what our parents, our moms have done for us. They've given us this understanding of unconditional love and that we love everyone. They tell us that all the time. You love everyone. One of the things my mom said was, take care of your brothers and sisters. And we fought all the time, but we didn't fight. We fought other people if other people tried to fight we fought my kid, our family, our brothers and sisters, but nobody else could fight them, right? Right? I could say what I wanted to, but you can't, because that's my boo, it's my babies, it's my sisters and brothers, and we still have that relationship now. And it was always shocking to me. My first real boyfriend, and he had a huge family, like 11 kids. They had like a football team. They had so many kids in that family. And they would be out playing football together, and then the football game would turn into a big old fight, and they'd be out on the lawn just fighting each other and carrying on, and I'd be on the porch like, what the heck is going on here? I don't understand that. But then someone else from the neighborhood would come and say something about them fighting. They instantly stopped fighting each other and started fighting the person that was talking. It was crazy, but that's how love goes. That's how love goes. I just want to show you different ways in which love is. A mother's love is God's love in human form, whoever that is. Even we see it with our animals, we see it with our puppies, we see it with mother's love. It's going to take care of you, and we have been fortunate, whether it was your own mother, whether it was an adopted parent, whoever it was. We all have some experience of a mother's love, and that tells us that God is, and this is the form that it takes. This is the form that it takes. You are always loved. I just want you to know that. And we talk about this all the time, that we are God incarnate. We are God incarnate. We are individualized expressions. But sometimes you just want to be loved by a human being as well. You want to be hugged and loved on this planet. And that's what a mother's love does, and a mother figure, whoever that is. And it could even be a teacher. I've had so many teachers that have done the same thing. I do it to children that I teach. And I remember being, I was in Waco and taking care of it, like I was junior high. I love junior high school kids because they're just at that age where they think they know stuff and they don't. They're very excited about stuff. And they're actually open to learning. And I would always give them hugs, when they just hugs when they're leaving, and Miss PJ, whatever. And I was having people say, you can't hug those kids. Watch me. Watch me. That's never going to stop. If I get fired, I get fired. I don't care. I'm not going to not hug a kid who needs a hug. Who's going to do that? Who's going to not love somebody who needs love? I don't see anybody in this room that will walk away from somebody who needs love. And you know when someone does that, because that's what we do. That's what we're here to do for each other. So a mom shows us the way, shows us what it looks like, and we just carry it on, what unconditional love looks like. And like I said, not every mother loves unconditionally. My mother's mother gave her away and gave her older brother away and kept the baby. Can you imagine what that would be like? Can you imagine? Kept one kid and gave two others away. So you grow up thinking you're not worthy, right? If your own mother doesn't love you, what are you supposed to do about that? Well, that's when my mom developed a relationship with Spirit. That Spirit of God was in her. That's why I have it so clear in me, because of my mother's love and how she reparented herself through the whole thing, and how she knew how to love us even though she didn't have a mother's love. Even though she didn't have it, she knew how to do it. And she reparented herself through us. And I want to tell you, I talk about it a lot, and I mean this. I believe, and I've been told this a lot, that I'll walk into the room like I'm some kind of queen. Like I belong. That's on my mom. Because I knew that any room I walked into, I was good. I was okay. I deserved to be there. That's the strength that she gave me. That's the strength that you have if you know who you are. And who you are is a divine expression of the one love. So any room you walk into, you have a right to be there. So walk in like a king and a queen. Hey, how y'all doing? Good to see you. Oh, you don't know me? Oh, here. That's the right we have. So that's what my mom taught me, that no matter what room I walked into, and color never occurred to me. Being a woman and being a woman of color never occurred to me until someone said to me, when they met me, we talked on the phone, and when they met me, and they said, oh, you're black. Yeah. You're right, I am. That was the first time that happened to me. It happened to me in Waco, Texas when I was in ninth grade. So I grew all the time and never knew that color meant anything to anyone. It doesn't. It only means something if it means something to you. It doesn't mean anything to me. It doesn't mean anything. What matters is the heart we have, the heart of love. What matters is that we are divine expressions of the one. And that's what I see when I look at you, when I look at all of you, when I look at anyone. That's what I know for sure. That's what my mom taught me. That's what my mom taught me. What did your mom teach you? She taught you something beautiful, something great, something that carries you through, something that you look back and thank her for sharing that with me. Thank you, Mom, for sharing that with me. I say to Mom all the time, she's not here and I still talk to her. She's not here and I still see her, I still know her, I still feel her. Because that is the power of love in your life. That's why we talk about love so much. It's the only thing that matters. It's the only thing that matters. And let me tell you, if you walk into the room, any room, and all you do is shine love, it changes the atmosphere of the room. You're not doing it to change the atmosphere. It simply does. It simply does. Everyone can feel that from you. No matter what you're saying, who you are being is what matters. Do you understand what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what the words that come out of your mouth. What happens is the energy that comes from your heart. That is what is felt. That is what is felt. And that's what we walk into the room with, who we are, what we know for sure. What we know for sure is that we are brothers and sisters, that we are divine love, that we are unconditional love, and that's how we show up. And the first time we felt that and knew that was from our mothers. And so we thank them today. I thank you, mothers. Thank all of the mothers in the room. I thank all the mothers who are watching. I thank all the mothers in the world, because your love is what's sustaining all of us. It's what's sustaining all of us. So I always like to tell you what we have is to give you some action steps. What we have is the right to choose. We get to choose. We get to choose how we're going to show up. We get to choose what we're going to say. We are at choice all the time. And so I encourage you to choose love. No matter what's facing you, choose to see love. Choose to see love, it'll look back at you. Choose to see love, it'll look back at you. That's what love does. So what action steps do I have for you? One. I only have one today. Choose to love. Choose to do what our parents, our moms showed us what to do, and that is choose to love. You love how you love. Others love how they love. We don't get to tell people how to love. All you get to do is choose how you're going to love. We get to choose to be love and show love. That's what we get to do. And we get to decide whether we're going to be available for love from others. Are we going to accept that from others? Because we don't have to. Life is a choice. But we're not in the business of fixing people. We're in the business of showing up as best we can and let our life unfold. And what we're here to do is to love one another. That is what we're here to do. That is the biggest message that Jesus came to tell us. Love one another and know who you are, which is a divine being. Divine being, and live the life you want to live. The last two quotes I want to give you, one from Maya Angelou and one from Brene Brown. From Maya Angelou, love is the greatest force in the world. It bridges gaps, it heals wounds, and it transforms lives. And from Brene Brown, when you love someone unconditionally, you accept them, warts and all. I'm putting that in. For who they are, flaws and all. That's what unconditional love means. And my final thoughts to you, I believe you must be what you want to receive. You have to be what you want to receive. If you want love, be love. If you want joy, be joyous. If you want happiness, be happiness. That is the power of God in us to create the life we want. Be love this day. And so it is.